One Piece chapter 1182 titled ZAZA. I feel like just looking at ZAZA in this chapter, she might have some sort of, Nami might have some sort of like a chance. Nami might have a chance to be related to the rain god. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So the chapter starts off with Needhog, Loki, recovering from the attack that he just hit Emu with. And again, the big, being so big and giant is, it's a reason for the fight to be more difficult, as far as the giant goes, because it's hard for him to keep track of the small opponents. So that is still going to be a consistent thing. Okay, if only Loki could shrink himself, that would be something. But we got Emu talking about snow and the lightning, and he remembers Ragnar from the past, and he says that, oh, so you were waiting this whole time looking for a new master to come along. And it's kind of crazy. I think in my last video I was saying that Ragnar hopefully notices Emu and says something about him, but it happened in the opposite way, right? I said before too, I hope when he sees Loki or the squirrel or Luffy, he starts just mentioning random things about the past. So I'm finally getting the Emu exposition I've been wanting even more. Like, he's just saying something, anything, right? And he might even say a little bit more later. But just this record, like the fact that he recognizes Ragnar, the recognition right here, I like this, okay? Was good enough for me. We know that the hammer ate the squirrel fruit. So Ragnar is shooting ice out while Loki is shooting lightning out of his mouth. And they're combining the attack together to make some ice arrows of lightning and shit, right? And Emu is throwing out a bunch of dark spirit looking energy balls, right? Not dark spirits. I guess it's the same like black demon face energy balls that he threw out before, right? He made them out of the flames. But he made the ring bigger, and they're clashing with all of this. So it's a back and forth, it's a clash. We then go to a different scene where Bonnie and Vegapunk are, and they're kind of confused and Vegapunk specifically is questioning who the heck this guy is, because, Vegapunk's smart. He recognizes that this person is not a holy knight, or at least he's above them, and he's not one of the five elders also, because Vegapunk has met the five elders. So I think he is kind of deducing or coming to the conclusion that there was always somebody higher above the five elders. And, he's kind of coming to the conclusion that, the empty throne being actually filled, somebody actually sitting on the empty throne. Vegapunk doesn't say that directly, but I think this is the conclusion that he's kind of coming to, right? Or, because it's Lilith right here, but, it's Vegapunk in there, right? It's Vegapunk's brain. So Vegapunk is coming to this conclusion, right? And, we get a little scene showing Sanji, because he's there at the same time, and Sanji's kind of like in pain and shit, and he's thinking about Killingham running off with his superpower and just like flexing on him. He said, "So long, sucker," and he flew off. So like Killingham revealed that they have to continue their plan of kidnapping the children, and this is another thing I questioned before, like, what is their plan at this point? Are they just trying to get off of the island? Like, no, they're still trying to get the kids. So then Elbaf would still, have to submit to them in the end, even though they literally just attacked them. But if they got the kids, then yeah, Elbaf will have to submit. They're gonna have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they might, what if they start actually trying to kill the kids? They kill a kid, make an example out of one of the kids. So Elbaf can know they're serious. Because otherwise, they get Elbaf, they can just try to free the kids again or just save them again. So I guess they would have to make an example out of them, so they're actually proper hostages, right? But you know, Sanji, yeah, he jumps off. He wants to save Elbaf because it's the land of beautiful women, and it's also Luffy and Usopp's dream land. You know, it's the place everybody loves and respects. This place, right? So they're gonna hold it down. They're gonna protect it, even if it's not. You know, this is not their land. So we go to Biplo. We go to the Owl Library. We find out there was a secret room in the back of the library, and that's where Biplo was the whole time. And he ran off and saved all the books and everything. So Saul brings up the kind of question of what exactly who is Biplo? What is his nature? He's probably been around since the Void Century, or before the Void Century, I should say. So he's over 800 years old. What should I say? Like before the Void Century, I feel like he was also around, maybe like when Emu was like not even who he is now, right? Before he did whatever pact or sold his soul, I'm sure Biplo was around. He's been seeing the history himself, even though that's why it's in all the books. We got Summers talking about continuing the plan. He found the giant ship to use. So he's talking about, hey, let's bring the kids over in 5 minutes. I'm Super Summers. I'm not Summers anymore. I'm Super Summers, right? He's got a power boost because Emu gave him the omen. So they're all stronger. And we see the pub Western Village over here with Chopper healing everybody. He got Gerd's fingers back together because it wasn't too late. And, you know, they got them really quick. They got the fingers quick, and the cuts were so clean that they were able to reattach them super properly, right? He attached them perfectly. So she got them stitched back up. She'll be fine in a while. So yeah, everybody's thanking Chopper because he's healing everybody. Harden's laying on the ground, hurt, fucked up, and Chopper healed everybody. So, everybody's good, and they're just talking right now. They're kind of recovering after the battle. Bjorn, he gets a couple more points added to his name, a little bit more respect on his name because, you know, he tried to save, well, who was it? His little brother or sister, I forget, by risking his life, and you know, Gerd respected him a little bit for that. But then we go to Zoro. We go to Zoro's side of the village, right? Wherever he's at. He's running with Goldberg. Goldberg was the only one of the giant pirates who didn't get injured super bad. So he's running out trying to, I don't know exactly where they're trying to go, but I think he's trying to get to Emu. He's going to take Zoro to Emu or Summers to stop Summers or killing him, one of the two, right? Whoever he was fighting. So, yeah, Zoro says, like, yeah, man, it doesn't matter. Luffy's like, my friend is your friend. This is my country too. Fuck it, we're gonna help you. So, Zoro is sitting on the guy's back talking about how, see, now I noticed when Emu shot his fingers out, he was making gun sound effects. Every time he shot, it was a real gun sound. And apparently he's transforming the flames into steel bullets. So he's actually making real bullets with his fingers, right? He's shooting out real bullets like a gun with his fingers whenever he's doing that stuff to people, because it looks like Zoro was pulling the steel balls, like the bearing balls, like the bullets, the steel bullets out of his shoulder. That's what this looks like right here. He's holding them in his hand, and I don't know why Zoro has an odd number of fingers right here. I mean, that's the right amount of fingers. It just looks weird, but anyway. We get to Killingham summoning the rain god, ZAZA. He apologizes for accidentally summoning it, and Summers is like, yeah, you're gonna have us like scared too, because he summoned his own fear by an accident. So the rain god started actually flooding the lands, and apparently the celestial dragons are afraid of this because they're born in a place that's so high above the clouds. Water coming down from the sky is a mysterious terror. After the people of Nika, the D and Nika, it was the most common boogeyman they warned us about. That in the lower world, there's a monster called the rain god that dumps water on top of your head. So this is something that they grew up learning, whether or not it's true or not. And it appears to the rhythm for the prayers for rain. Okay, and it looks like Nami in the face, but Oda draws a lot of female characters kind of the same like that, right? But you see this flood happening. So this coincides with how the world floods and the celestial dragons live on the high points of the land, because this is kind of a fear that they would have, right? Of that kind of lifestyle being breached or changed in that sort of way. We got Zoro and Sanji chasing down Summers and Killingham respectively, and they're trying to go and attack them. I guess Zoro is going to Killingham, and it looks like Sanji. Yeah, I don't know. No. Sanji is going to Killingham because it looks like he's flying in the direction that Zoro was coming from, right? Other guy said, he asked Zoro, hey, should we turn around? Zoro said, no, we're good, right? So Sanji's going in the opposite direction. And as they pass each other, they yell out, hey, yo, get the job done. He said, yeah, same to you. So, they got to talk their little bit of shit. You better do your job, right? So, yeah, the rain god ZAZA. If there's a rain god ZAZA, and listen, the fact that he's bringing these dreams to life, right? Now, I've talked about it before. I think Nika was a real person, but obviously, I'm not against the potential chance of him not being a real person, and he was just an idea, or a dream and a legend, like the sun god Nika is gonna save us, and because this dream existed, this dream of Nika existed, the devil fruit was formed. I'm not against that either, right? But I think that Nika was a real person in the first place. But this whole making dreams and from your fears and manifested the rain god, and that's a thing that exists, and he could do the same thing with Nika. I think this is kind of reflecting how the devil fruits work and how stuff like that was happening in the past, because potentially this should be a rain god fruit out there if it's something that's been in people's thoughts and minds as an idea of something that can exist. There should be a rain god fruit if the sun god Nika fruit, if the Nika fruit exists, right? There should be a rain god devil fruit out there. There should be a thing. Same thing with any of the other potential gods that we're gonna see. I mean, there's a Needhog fruit, like there's like the potential was endless. The forest god fruit, right? So we're gonna see, I think, these other gods either through a devil fruit or another sleep-tid dream monster, right? Because these dreams, it's a dream monster. Nightmares are dreams. It's the same thing. Devil fruits come from the dreams of people, and stuff like that. So I think this all is tied together. But that's it for me. If I have anything else to add to the video, I'll probably put it in the comments, but I'm out.